Hello Gems, Leah from Red Emerald Yoga. Welcome back to my channel for today's reading. The question we will be asking the cards is, what have I learned this year? So for pile one, Amazonite. Okay, so for pile one, we have Amazonite, or Art Nouveau Tarot. Okay. For pile two, we have a pink opal, or Baroque Tarot. For pile number three, we have Sodalite, or Botticelli Tarot. And today we're going to be using an oracle deck called Divine Nature. I'm going to go ahead and shuffle the piles now. What have I learned this year? So we're going to be pulling 6 tarot cards and 1 oracle card per pile. What does pile 1 know? Oh. All right. So we have pile 1. Pile 2. What does pile 2 need to know? What messages do you have for pile 2? Ooh. What advice do you have for pile 2? And pile 3. Let me move this out of the way. What does pile 3 need to know? What have I learned this year? message do you have for pile 3? What message do you have for pile 3? Okay, so before you select your piles, please come to a comfortable seated position, sitting up nice and tall, elongating your spine, and bring your awareness to your breath. Notice what it's doing and how you feel right now in this moment. I invite you to close your eyes and set an intention for your reading. An intention to be open, to be receptive, and to allow yourself to be fully present. Taking one more deep inhale here. Exhale and breathe your eyes open. Now bring your attention to the pile that most draws your attention. That is your pile. Go down to the timestamp below, and I will see you in your reading. Hello, pile 1. If you have selected the Amazonite crystal, this reading is for you. Okay, let me just lay these cards out. Okay, let's begin. Card number 1. This will be the challenges you experienced this year. Here we have the 3 of Pentacles in the reverse. I see this as having challenges working with others, perhaps literally at work. But I feel like this would be difficulty connecting or feeling like your voice was heard, or that your instructions, your directions were being followed in the way that you would like them to. For some of you, I could even see this as difficulty finding a job. Card 2. This card is lessons you have learned this year. Here we have the Magician. I feel like you have learned how to stand on your own 2 feet. You have learned that no matter what life has thrown your way this year, you have learned how to overcome those obstacles. You have learned to use the tools that you have at your disposal to your advantage. Like, this was a great time of growth for you, even though it may have been challenging. Card 3. This is what I am grateful for. Here we have the 8 of Swords. What you are grateful for. This may be coming out of this, realizing that you were your greatest obstacle, realizing that you were the one holding yourself back. There was no mystical, supernatural forces at play. You were not cursed. You are not unlucky. It's just sometimes we don't take the necessary steps. We don't take the necessary actions in order to make things go our way. Sometimes we are our greatest obstacle. And I feel like that has finally been revealed to you. And you're finally coming out of this like, you know what? I don't think that I was doing enough. I don't think I was using all of my tools, but now, you're coming into that. That's a lesson that you learned, and you're grateful for that. Somebody or some situation has shown you how to get out of your own way. Card 4. This is something to remember. Ace of Cups in the reverse. I feel like this would be a loss. I feel like this could be very much the loss of a child, the loss of a loved one, the loss of a relationship. For whatever reason, you are meant to remember this. Please don't misunderstand what I'm saying. Obviously, if you lost a child, if you lost a loved one, yes, you're going to remember them. But even if it was a relationship, okay, that's what I mean by that. I don't really think that came across so well when I first said it, but you're meant to remember it. You're meant to honor the good times that you spent with each other and be torn in two directions. I'm strongly feeling like this is a really bad breakup, a breakup that was not healthy for some of you, and for others, I'm feeling very maternal. I'm feeling like some of you, this may be a child, and I feel like for those of you that are in that situation, I feel like live your life in a way that your lost loved one, that your child would have been proud of you for living. Do something in remembrance of your lost one. For those of you who are coming out of the bad relationship, remember that and don't put yourself in that situation again. What was it that caused things to turn for the worst in that relationship? I feel like there would have been warnings along the way, but for whatever reason, you chose to ignore those. You chose to overlook it. There was something about that situation that drew you in, and I feel like that's what this card is asking you to remember. To remember that, to hold on to that, so that way you don't repeat the same steps. Card 5, this is a new perspective. Here we have the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. This Queen of Pentacles, she looks like she's been through a lot. She's very protective. She's really guarding this pentacle. Normally, the Queen of Pentacles looks kind of soft to me. She looks very warm. She looks very nurturing. This one, she does look like she's nurturing. She does look like she's caring, but she looks fierce. Her look looks like she's saying, go ahead and try me. I'm wondering if you are a protective person, and I'm wondering if you protect yourself to the same degree that you protect the ones you love. Or do you kind of put yourself on a back burner? I feel like this new perspective is really taking care of yourself. I don't mean in a selfish way, but I mean not to let others take advantage of you. I'm really drawn to how her shroud, her veil is green, and that's the heart chakra. And I feel like that is saying to love yourself. That doesn't mean to cast others to the side, to take on these narcissistic traits. That means to not let others take advantage of you, to not allow yourself to be the victim, to learn how to draw a line in the sand and not let others take advantage of you, to not allow yourself to be continually disrespected. This is something to look forward to. Here we have the Ace of Swords, and I love that. I feel like coming into this new year, you're going to be coming with a new way of thinking. You're going to have some new ideas. I feel like this new perspective is like an aha moment. The light bulb has gone off. You're like, yeah, you know what? I'm not a victim. I don't have to let others walk all over me. Yes, there are challenges, but these are going to be adventures. I can overcome any obstacle that is thrown my way. Yes, I have known loss, but I'm going to use those losses as inspiration. This is a message from the Oracle. Don't pay attention. This one is not going to be read in the reverse. This says, engage your invisibles. I love how she's just riding this wave. It's tubing over her. It looks like it's either a sunrise session or a sunset session. I'm really drawn to the seahorse and the mermaid. And this reminds me of yin and yang. It's like the blue with the fire, the masculine and the feminine. I feel like there's a melding of that. She's tapping into that solar energy while still being in touch with her feminine, softer side. Let's go to the book and see what this has to say. But I feel like it's really tying in with this card here, and I love how this is in a diagonal row. You know, you're not a victim. You have the tools at your disposal to overcome any challenge. She's not getting rocked by this wave. You know, she's riding it. She's enjoying it. There's a little bit of excitement there, and it is an adventure. Card 19. I don't know if the number 19 means anything to you. If it does, great. If not, then it's just the card number. It says, whether you believe in mythic creatures, guardian angels, or spirit guides, you do have forces moving on your behalf that are guarding and guiding your soul journey. If you are aware of them, now is the time to contact them. Inquire, investigate, ask for their help. If you don't yet know who they are, suspend your disbelief. Call and conjure them in quiet spaces. Compel them to come to your aid by confessing your belief in them. Unseen forces thrive on belief and expand in your presence, whether in relaxation, prayer, meditation, dream work, or active imagination. Invite them to engage with you. Ask for the support and assistance you need. I feel like this card is saying that when you feel overwhelmed, when you're feeling like this obstacle is too big to handle alone, I feel like that is a time to tap in to your sacred spiritual practice. Whatever it is that you believe in, it's a time to have faith. Doing something that brings you balance, that brings you peace, that centers you. But I do feel like this is rising above your fears, rising above your emotions, and having the confidence to put your best self forward. So, pile one, this does conclude your reading. I hope it made sense. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for hanging out with me, and I will see you soon. Bye for now, gems. Hello, pile two. If you have selected Baroque Tarot or the pink opal, this reading is for you. Card number one. This will be your challenges that you experienced this year. Here we have the Nine of Wands. I feel like you may be feeling like you have all of these things coming your way. You have all of these obstacles that you have to overcome. That it's so hard. You may be growing weary. You're tired. Maybe feeling a little defeated, but you're actually not defeated. You are still standing. You're still in the race. Okay. Look at all of these things that you have overcome. And this card is saying, keep going. Keep pressing forward. You are so close. You are so close. Card two is the lessons you learned this year. Four of Cups in the reverse. Okay, I feel like it's, you learned that everything that comes your way, things that you don't want to reach out and grab, you're like, oh my gosh, I don't want to do this thing. I don't want that to happen. It's actually a blessing in disguise. And I think that that's something that you're starting to realize. Not everything that comes packaged as unwanted is going to be bad. So I feel like you're starting to realize that. You're starting to look at things in a little bit of a new, I guess, a filter. You're looking at things through a different filter, a different lens is what I'm getting. I am grateful for the Nine of Swords. I feel like there was a problem, a situation that you lost a lot of sleep over. For some of you, this may, I'm thinking this may even be cramming, like studying for a test, a lot of preparation, Like there was a situation that like you really stressed yourself out over. It was difficult. You lost a lot of sleep over it, and it turned out in your favor. Card number 4. This is something to remember. Here we have the King of Pentacles and the reverse. Ooh. Something to remember. I'm kind of feeling like there were some financial difficulties this year, that maybe spending got a little bit out of hand. I feel like this is saying to remember that you're not clearly out of the woods yet, that you need to have a little bit better management of your time, of your money, of your resources. You need to pull yourself together. Remember, you are not out of the woods yet. You may be close, but you're not there yet. Don't get carried away, especially with these, holiday sales coming up. Don't start throwing everything on cards. Don't become wasteful. I feel like this is a card to be frugal, to be smart about your actual resources in your kingdom, okay? This is a new perspective. 8 of Wands in the reverse. I feel like this could be saying that change is happening slowly, or that you are considering moving, taking a swift action, doing something very rash. And this card is saying to consider the alternative, to consider staying, to consider moving slowly. I just want to point out that right now we are in Mercury retrograde, and that's good advice anyway. So maybe that has that could be coming into play. It could also be a new perspective about travel. 8 of Wands, very well could be a flight. Perhaps there may be a new perspective about delays or a problem, or maybe for some of you, you may be considering like weighing 2 options. Should I fly or should I not fly? If that is you, if you're considering flying or not flying, going on a flight somewhere or not going on a flight somewhere, this card may be speaking to you specifically and telling you not to, or to take another means of travel. Card 6, to look forward to. 5 of Wands. I see a conflict. I see this could be, I do see this as a challenge. I see this as tension. I see this as, for some of you, it may very well be a fight. I mean, this is something to look forward to. I don't know if you are a fighter. I don't know if you are an athlete who's going to be engaged in competition. That's something to look forward to. But this could also just be like an argument, a heated discussion that has to happen in order for there to be some sort of growth. I don't know. I don't know what your situation is. I'm going to draw another card on that. But I feel like there you are to look forward to a conflict. You are to look forward to a fight, a heated discussion, something. This can take on quite a few different interpretations. 3 of Cups. So I feel like that's saying that more than likely, I mean, if you celebrate the whole Thanksgiving, if you're celebrating Thanksgiving, that there may be some heated discussion over a Thanksgiving dinner while having guests at your house. This may be something that needs to be said. There may be something like the air needs to be cleared, but I feel like things will work out for the best in the long run. That's not to say that this situation with whoever you're going to have this heated discussion with, things will go well and your relationship will be perfect with that person. Maybe it works out in your favor by them being removed from your life, or you removing yourself from their life, or maybe it just clears the air and then you guys can continue on. Maybe there's a growth that happens. Maybe it strengthens your relationship. But interesting. Proceed with caution. Go slowly. Think about what you want to say. This is advice from the Oracle. And this card says create. You do have 3 Wands cards in your reading. Wands can speak to the suit of creativity. Let's see what this has to say. I'm wondering if you are having a blockage with your sacral chakra. Let's see. It says the colors inside of you must be expressed. To restrain your creativity is to shut off the flow of source, as we are made in its creative image. Whether you paint, dance, sing, sculpt, stitch, weave, write, tell, or shape, every creation expands the universe in joy. It's not just healthy to get out what lives inside of you. The process is necessary and holy for the soul of the world and allows all of us to know ourselves deeper and brighter. As we engage with you, now is the time to create with wild abandon. Don't say you aren't creative. Don't say there is no time. Prioritize your creative expression, even and especially if what you're creating serves no purpose other than the flow. That is enough. You are enough. Create now. So pile 2, I do feel like this card is asking you to tap into your sacral chakra, to express your creativity. I want to go back to this card pile 2. For some of you, it doesn't even have to be like a bad thing. This might even be friendly competition and games held over the holiday weekend. I'm really drawn to the 3 of Cups and the 5 of Wands. That could just be a competitive game, like gestures or football or ping pong or whatever, beer pong, I don't know. But so it could just be an intense competitive game. It doesn't necessarily have to be a bad thing. I don't want you to get freaked out, but I do feel like there will be a tension. There will be it will be intense. And for some of you, unfortunately, there will be an actual conflict, because this is a collective reading. It's not just for one person. So it could go either way. So pile 2, this concludes your reading. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it made sense. Thank you for hanging out with me, and I will see you soon. Bye for now, gems. Hello, pile 3. If you selected the Sodalite Stone or Botticelli Tarot, this reading is for you. Okay, card number 1. This card represents challenges you faced in this year. We have strength in the reverse. I feel like you had difficulty finding your teeth, pulling your claws out when you needed to. I feel like you would prefer to not have confrontations, to not have to stand up for yourself, to not have to defend somebody else, to not have to harness this courage. Sometimes you have to be strong. You have to use your might. You have to use a little bit more than honey to catch those flies. Card number 2. These are lessons that you learned this year. 6 of Cups. You learned something about your past. May have been about your childhood. I feel like this is this would not have been a recent thing that you learned about. This would have been something that happened a very long time ago. it really struck a chord with you. I feel like there's a lot of emotion, but you're, for the most part, handling it well. And there's many thoughts, there's many emotions that are coming. I'm really drawn to that winding river, but it is bringing growth. This is something that you are grateful for. Here we have the Fool. I feel like you started something new. You took the leap of faith. Perhaps it was your own doing, but for some of you, you may have been thrust into it before you were ready, but you are grateful for it because so far, so good. Even if there were a few mistakes, a few mishaps along the way, it's a learning experience and it's kind of fun. This is something to remember. Five of Swords in the reverse. I'm going back to this card over here, the Strength card, how you had to pull out your claws, how you had to pull out your teeth, use a little bit more force than you were normally comfortable with. I feel like this card is asking you to remember those people who you have hurt. I feel like this would kind of be regrets, apologies that you still have, apologies that you still have to make. There's something that you need to make right. This is a new perspective. Six of Pentacles. I feel like moving forward into the new year, I feel like you're going to have a new perspective. You're going to want to do things fairly. You're going to want to have an equal exchange of energy. You're not going to want to be taken advantage of, and you're not going to want to be taking advantage of others. This is something to look forward to. Here we have the Five of Cups. Normally, the Five of Cups is not depicted with all of the cups in the upright position still filled, okay? So I'm getting a different interpretation from your reading with the Five of Cups card. I feel like something to look forward to. Your Five of Cups is telling you that you will be finding yourself in a unique position in the upcoming year to be able to look at all of the things in your life, how they make you feel, and which cups you would like to remove from your life. Which cups are no longer needed? Which cups do you have around and you're taking the time to make sure they're filled, but it no longer brings you joy? There's not that equal exchange of energy. Which cups do you no longer need to tend to? This is advice from the tarot. This is unmask your darkness. I feel like this is really spending time doing some shadow work, and in that darkness, you're going to find the light. You're going to see the truth. That's card number 7. If the number 7 means anything to you, great. If not, it's just a number. It says, the dark is so misunderstood, but it doesn't need to be. It is in the darkness that things grow and develop, including you. You are being asked to embrace your darkness as mother. The night of soul has secrets for you and is illuminating truths you wouldn't be able to see in the garish brightness of the known. Poet Mary Oliver talked about a box of darkness being a priceless gift in her life. Chaos, crisis, and suffering want to gift you a new understanding of who you really are beyond who you have thought yourself to be. It is when the dark surrounds us that we come to know ourselves as the light. Yes, I definitely feel like this card is asking you to do some shadow work. I will leave a link to a couple of shadow work books if you want to pick those up. If you would like to work with me, please contact me through my website, redemeraldyoga.com. Send me a message and we can more than likely work something out. So pile 3, this does conclude your reading. I hope it made sense. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for hanging out with me, and I will see you soon. Bye for now, gems.